So with phase five going on, guys, I think it's really important that we talk about a huge aspect of what phase five was built on in the past. We all know, guys, that phase five this year, here in 2020, is a recruitment challenge for anyone and everyone, which is an absolutely awesome thing because for someone like myself who's a content creator first, it really is nice because I feel like I have a much better chance at getting into phase versus that of, if I were, trying to join as a trick shot or a sniper, because I'm not as good at that. My God-given ability is not in trick shotting and sniping. It's more so in content creation. So it's awesome that's for anyone and everyone. But in the past, phase 5 has always been built on Call of Duty trick shotting and sniping. It brought the communities together in a major way. And I think, guys, that with phase 5 coming back, what I want to talk about is, does phase 5 and with phase 5 coming back, does this create a resurgence in the trick shotting and sniping communities? And I'll start first. Storm can go after me. And we'll kind of, talk about it. I want to get your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below about this as well. Because what I've seen, guys, just by putting in the hashtag phase 5 in the search bar on YouTube, you can look at tons of clips, tons of people going for the phase 5 recruitment challenge. And what I'll say, guys, is there is I would say, overall, most people going for the recruitment challenge right here, right now, are going for it based on trick shotting and sniping, whether in Call of Duty or in Fortnite. And it's something really awesome to witness because it's almost like reviving the community. And what I'm going to say is, guys, is even after phase 5 is done, when phase 5 ends and, the recruitment challenge ends and 5 people get chosen to join the team, I believe personally that the trick shotting and sniping communities will continue to thrive after phase 5. And the reason is because I think that there are a lot of trick shot and sniping teams that are being started now, or that are now going to be creating content once again around trick shot and sniping for the foreseeable future. There's going to be guys who are trying to join, trick shot and sniping teams because phase 5 came back and because they believe, and there's going to be a belief, that phase 5 will return once again, which is something that is really interesting because you wonder, okay, so when phase 5 ends, when would we get another phase 5? Would it be in another year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? How long might it be? But at the end of the day, there's been people trick shotting and sniping ever since, the last, phase 5 and, up until this one. And people have been, stayed committed and dedicated to this thing, to, trick shotting and sniping, which is awesome. It's an absolutely, incredible thing that people have, stuck with it because it's become such a small niche community at this point in time. So with that, I do believe, though, that phase 5 has made a significant resurgence in the trick shotting and sniping communities, primarily in Call of Duty. I mean, you could technically say in Fortnite as well, but Fortnite hasn't been around nearly as long as Call of Duty and such. But phase 5, I think, has always been that staple that has kept the trick shotting and sniping communities together. And anytime that phase 5 comes out, everybody's going for it because everybody believes they have a chance at it. And the same can be said right now. So Storm, you kind of see what's going on right now with the, phase 5 recruitment challenge, people trick shotting, sniping. You even jumped on Black Ops 2 the other day to trick shot and such. What do you think about this? Do you think that there is going to be a significant resurgence even after phase 5 of trick shotting and sniping? Do you think there's going to be new teams coming? What do you think about it?
Right. Honestly, I hope so. I hope so, but I don't think there will be. I I think it's going to be one of the things where everyone's motivated whilst phase 5 is out, and then no one's going to stick to it once it's gone. Um, I feel like a lot of people burn themselves out when it comes to phase 5, uh, and especially with people that have joined. If you look at like previous phase 5 winners, there's very few phase 5 winners that are still in the teams. Um, like I know that some people absolutely grinded to get in, got in, and then they just kind of died out a bit because I don't know, they just didn't keep up or they didn't find a pace, and then once they had what they wanted, it was hard to get anything else. And then it was also um, the people that didn't get in kind of felt a bit down about it because they didn't get in and they tried so hard. So I feel like at the moment, a lot of trick shotters are going to be seeing this and they're going to be coming back. Like for example, I know a guy called FaZe Rockstar. He was one of the Phase 5 winners, I think, like the first time around, and he ended up leaving or quitting or whatever. And I know that he's come back and he's like going for the Phase 5, and I feel like a lot of people are coming back, and a lot of people are going for it. But honestly, I'd love to see like the trick shotting and sniping community come back because it was some of the best times I've had playing games and in the Call of Duty community. But at the same time, I feel like that moment's kind of gone. And I feel like when you talk about trick shotting now, people automatically assume you're talking about Fortnite or something else because it's just not been around for so long. And the thing is, there are still teams out there doing their bits and doing things that are really good for the trick shotting and sniping community, but I feel like it's so much harder to be recognized as a trick shotter. And nowadays, like back in the day, there was some people that were in phase that were just trick shotters. They didn't make videos, they just grinded for clips and they were in there because they were good at trick shotting. And it's at the point now where you can be good at trick shotting, but if you can't sit in front of a camera and talk and you can't and you don't have a personality, you're not going to get anywhere. And I don't think I feel like it was so much simpler back then, but times have changed, and it's. I don't think it's good for us to keep wanting what was once a thing. I feel like it's good to evolve, but at the same time, I still miss what used to be, and like just chilling in a Skype call with like 5 people or 5 or 6 people playing Search and Destroy on Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 2 and all the stuff like doing Superman lobby montages and private match montages and going for clips and free for all trick shotting when that became a thing. And so many things happened when, like during Black Ops 2. I feel like there's a chance that it'll come back, but I I don't think it will. The only thing that kind of makes me think that it could potentially is with the new Black Ops game coming around the corner, with it being a direct sequel to Black Ops 1. I know there was a lot of trick shotting in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. So if it's the same sort of mechanics and they have good weapon choices, uh, I genuinely think there might be a resurge of it. Um, but at the moment, I feel like people are more concentrating on games that are like popping off, and I feel like instead of clan hopping, it's now game hopping. So it's not Call of Duty; it's either Warzone or Fortnite. And then when Fortnite's done, it will be Fall Guys, and then when Fall Guys is done, people go to Valorant, and then because everyone went from COD to CS:GO, and then from CS:GO to Fortnite, and then from Fortnite to Valorant, and now people are playing Fall Guys. It's just I feel like people instead of going from the next Call of Duty and learning how to trick shot on that, it's like, oh, let's just jump to the next big game and see what content we can get out of that because that's what's getting views and it's very view orientated. It's not skill anymore. It's about who can make the most catchy title, who can do something first, who can have the most unique looking thumbnail or opinion. And it is sad that it's not going to be the same, but I feel like it is good because Phase 5 is giving it an opportunity to come back, and I feel like the people who want it to come back and care about it will make it happen one way or another. And I feel like that's a good thing about the community is if the people that care about it will do it, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you made a couple of good points. Number one is that with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War coming out, I think there is a chance, right? There's always a chance that the next COD that comes up is going to be really special with trick shotting and sniping and such. Now, what I will say about the more recent Call of Duties, because I think we can all agree that trick shotting and sniping hasn't felt the same since probably Black Ops 2. But if you want to go back to even Advanced Warfare, because it was so different, people were liked it a lot at first when it came to trick shotting and sniping because it was very different. Even though that was kind of short-lived, I would probably say it lasted a number of months and then people were going back to the old CODs once again. But I think what's interesting is that even with the more recent Call of Duties, especially the most recent one being Modern Warfare, I'm not going to lie, guys. I've been watching clips from people, because I really haven't watched much trick shotting and sniping in Modern Warfare until Phase 5. And so now, when I put in that hashtag Phase 5 on the search bar on YouTube, there's a lot of people going for clips on Modern Warfare, and some of them are actually really cool. Now, obviously, it's different. Doesn't look quite as fluid as that of, Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2, but you know what? It's not too bad in my personal opinion. Now, I've seen a lot of people doing the no scopes across the map and such. That's what I've been seeing a lot of when it comes to, Modern Warfare. Not necessarily going for trick shots per se, but no scopes across the map and such are something that I am starting to see quite a bit. Obviously, sniping feeds is something that's been going on for a long time now. So I gotta say that I do feel that if there's a couple of things here. I disagree with you, Storm, that I actually think that there's a really good chance that the Trickshotting sniping communities could come back if Phase 5, after Phase 5, because people are going to feel that there's a chance that they, especially if Phase picks up a number of trickshotters and snipers to the team. Now, obviously, I would say, and I've stated this in the past, that the top 100, when that gets released, of the top 100 people, I would say they're probably going to pick up maybe 10 to 15 trick shotters to the top 100, 10 to 15 snipers, 10 streamers, 10 content creators, 10 artists, or 5 artists, 5 musicians, 5 comedians, because it's basically for anyone. So you got to wonder. They're most likely going to stick to their roots in a pretty major way, because it seems like most of the people going for Phase 5, at least at this point in time, are trick shotters and snipers. Now, the second point you made, which I thought was really good, was about how the trick shotters and snipers that got into Phase, how they kind of didn't evolve. And because they didn't evolve, they ended up being kind of left in the dust and ended up, leaving the team or getting dropped, like Phase Ramos and Stxrm and a number of these other guys. One guy who's done it right, from the very beginning, since he got recruited, was Phase Linksy. He's still doing the same thing that he was doing. He just evolved his channel to being, more personality-based, but he's still doing, trick shots, still doing, and doing those things at a really high level and showing his face using webcam, streaming and such. So he's one of the outliers. But I do agree that people, if they join Phase, and that's probably why Phase 5 decided to go in the direction where they were going to have a variety of people that they were going to try to pick up. They didn't want it just to be trick shotters and snipers anymore on Fortnite or on just Call of Duty. They wanted it to be for anyone, because they want to make sure that you've got a personality, that you are good at playing video games, or you are at least really good at creating content. And if you are a trick shotter or sniper, you are also good at other things. So I do see it in a number of ways here. I do think, though, that with Phase 5 coming back, this is the biggest thing that could have happened to the Call of Duty community, especially from a trick shotting and sniping perspective. Now, what that translates to, I think a lot of it has to do with how Phase 5 ends this time around. Because if they don't pick up any trick shotters and no snipers, because, those trick shotters and snipers are good at trick shotting, but they have no personality, so they decide to pick up streamers or something, then yes, I would say that the trick shotting and sniping community is going to go right back into where it was, almost in a dormant phase, or like a limbo state. But if they do pick up some trick shotters, some snipers based upon Phase 5, I think that anyone who trick shots and snipes is going to believe that they've got a shot the next time Phase 5 comes around. But you know what, guys? This is two man's, thoughts. I'd love to hear yours in the comment section down below. Is trick shotting and sniping going to be revived moving forward with Phase 5, even after it ends and such? Or is this just going to be a phase, no pun intended, during the Phase 5 recruitment challenge, and then it'll go back into a dormant phase? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And for more Phase 5 content and videos, stay here with Xero TV.